Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We
What
here,
up? What
man.
up?
What's up, doc?
Man, what's going on, man? Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry Christmas to you, doc. The Grinch didn't steal Christmas in your neck of the woods. I see trees up and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Well, my wife decorated this year, and this is the clean part of the house, so that's where I had to.
I love it. I love it. Well, man, we definitely so grateful. This is off the cuff. And I think it's a good time for us to just pause and share this thing, man. Because some folk out here shopping,
Oh yeah,
some folk in East Chase, and they legitimately having to deal with where everything is. And what's crazy about coming into this neck of the woods? Your
okay,
phone stopped working.
right.
It's hard to get a call out around these parts. It's almost like being on ASU's campus when there's a game going on. You can't
Right,
call nobody.
right.
Yeah,
But
man. So how you been, man? What you got going on?
man, so last week, preparing, man, we were busy out here in these streets, and I started noticing like parents would say like, "Look, such and such is out, has the flu." People were sick, and I was like, "Man, I hope I don't catch the flu. I hope I don't get sick because I
Uh-huh.
got gigs this weekend. I got a recital this Sunday." I was like, "Man, I need to get through all of my obligations." Man, when I tell you Sunday evening after the recital, that's when it hit me. I started feeling a numbness in the
Mm,
back of my neck. So your boy came down with the flu. Hence, that's why we doing the off the cuff podcast virtually. I'm at the house, you at the house, but
yeah.
we didn't see the need to deprive the people of the
But
content.
they need this content, man. But so I mean, you were praying that you didn't get the flu. You ended up getting it. Man, how did you prepare yourself for what you were praying for though? Like what were you doing?
So I didn't say the right prayer. Ultimately, I didn't pray not to get it. I prayed to be able to finish my obligations, and that's what they did. They let me finish my obligation and then gave me the flu. So that's
Got you,
crazy.
got you. Got you. Look, because I've been I know it's been going around Montgomery like crazy. So I legit
Yeah.
have been taking elderberries, I've been taking airborne, I sleep in warm climates, doc. Don't do too much air. I dress for one temperature and not all of them.
Right.
And so that's been keeping me. I ain't got sick yet, man. And I ain't getting no flu shot either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Although I heard this is a new strand, though. I heard this is a new strand. This thing do something a little weird to people.
It's something
That
different.
it Yeah, it gotta be. It gotta be because people got the flu shot, but still got the flu.
Yeah.
But you know how it goes.
It's
So
all
what
good,
what
man.
what what gigs you got going on? You got anything for Christmas?
No, man, we were in Selma for the Selma Housing Authority this past week. We went and celebrated the Bullock County faculty of the whole district there this past Friday. So we've been pretty busy, but now we chilling on until 2026.
Oh, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I think at this point in the year, like for yourself mentally and spiritually, what do you do in this season to prepare yourself for the next?
Man, so actually mentally, I've already been in 2026. That started in October. That's
Hmm.
one thing about me, if I'm living too much in the present, I get a little bit nervous, you know what I mean? So ideally, all of my businesses, I need to go ahead and do something in October to prepare me for January. So actually, I'm mentally into the summer of 2026.
Got you.
My summer camp and all other things that have to go. But whatever's going to happen this first quarter is already in the works and ready in the chamber.
I like it. I like it. So I legit, man, I'm really reflective in these moments.
Uh huh.
It's good. It's interesting spiritually how things kind of move that you really get to see at the end of the year, hindsight 2020, who people really are,
Mm-hmm.
where people should be positioned in your life,
Right.
um, what potential you have that you did not, tap into, as well as what goals you started the year with that you didn't even touch? Our worlds are kind of fast, and it's
Right.
easy for us to get busy on one thing and then it turns into another thing, and you never accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish. And so, I love these moments of the year, man, where we get those opportunities to kind of reflect and relaunch
Right.
into
Right.
our purpose and our potential and our priorities and even our destiny. So I'm excited about it. But today, man, off the cuff, I heard we have an amazing guest. I went to Alabama A&M University, but as I tell you all the time, I spent the bulk of my childhood sitting on the opposite side of Alabama State University's band, and I would
Right.
record. Back when we was in Crampton Bowl, we had season tickets, but I sit over there with Skeegee, so I could sit there with my little camcorder. I can't get
Yeah.
no footage, y'all, because it was VHS. We had the tapes back then, but I was recording that band and recording them cymbals. And Doc, them cymbals did a move, and they put it between their
Yeah.
legs and start going like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
move, and I got
Yeah.
suspended from band, man. I literally got put out the band. So we got to take this moment to literally just rain some love, some hearts on this great, amazing man who has done some amazing things in Alabama State marching band history, right? Dr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oliver, how you doing?
I'm good, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the invite.
Yes, sir. It's a
Man.
blessing to have you.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for accepting. We need those mighty marching hornets to come on in, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. We got the goat in the building.
Him
Thank
is
So
you,
here.
guys.
look, bro, I cried. I cried real tears when you announced your retirement. Like, what was it that said that the moment was now?
Well, people used to tell me, those who've already retired, they would always say, "You'll know when that time comes." I
Hmm.
did not I did not understand that. And the reason I didn't understand that, because I love what I do.
Right.
And for you to love what you do, there's no time limit for me. But it got to a point where I sat down and started thinking about all the things that I have accomplished with this band and with my staff. And the only thing that's missing, and let me go back. I'm speaking about when I was at Central State University in Ohio, as well as Alabama State University here. I've done so many different things. The only thing that was missing is United States of America Super Bowl. And that's
Mm.
the only thing that I missed out on.
Ooh.
And I tried, man, but it just didn't come our way.
What look, you have taken this band to places unthought of. So what does it take as a leader to always stay beyond the vision and stay bigger than life? Like, what is that like for you?
You know what? It's fun for me because I'm that type of person. And when I talk to some of the younger band directors now, I tell these guys, you got to think outside the box.
Mhm.
You can't stay in that box, because if you stay in that box, you're only following what someone else has done or what everybody else is doing. And
Wow.
for me, I always wanted to be different. I just, and I grew up like that. I didn't want to have and I tell you a small story quickly. When I was in high school, in prom, in my senior year prom, um, I didn't want to wear the same tuxedo everybody else was wearing, because that's how you get to the prom and you looking at yourself with everybody else who got that same tuxedo. So I had mine made. I had my suit actually made,
You
and
had a little
so
razzle dazzle.
yeah, you put a little bit of difference in there. So that's kind of how I was. I always thought outside the box, man. And to do those things, you cannot be afraid to do it. Now, sometime it may work, and sometime it may not work. But the whole
Right.
point is a learning process, and you're still thinking outside the box. So that's why things are so different for me.
I love it, Dr. Oliver. You sound like a Sigma man talking about out of the
Ah,
box.
Chill
and
out
that's
now.
how we
Oh,
do it.
oh,
Now,
oh, oh,
Chill.
oh, hold up now. Hold up. Hold
Oh
up.
Lord.
Hold up now.
Oh Lord.
look, I had to do something. I had to do something. So Dr. Oliver, I hear you. You've been at ASU's band since 2000.
Yes.
So quite over 2 decades, you have had the opportunity to teach students. I was a music education major. I was going to go to Alabama State University, but my dad was going there, and I said I ain't going to college with my daddy. So I went to A&M. And I got to the point with my education courses where I was literally studying to be a choir teacher. And they
Okay.
made me write a paper to defend the arts because it's the
Yes.
first thing to lose money. It's the first thing to lose energy in the church, in a school system, rather.
Yes.
And I got scared and terrified because even on my practicums, I found out that this generation is a little different than the older generation. Can you speak to that?
Well, you know what? I can because I told my staff, like, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, I saw the change in students. And when I saw the change in students, I told my staff, listen, we're going to have to do things a little bit different because, you know, I'm the old school. I'm strictly old school. I love to work hard and we do that military thing, you know, in pre-drill. But the new generation is not there. And if they're not there, so what I had to do was let me just change a few things, but get the same results. And
Yeah.
see, that's how I did it. So I started changing and doing things just a little different, but I got the same result. We still got the same work ethic out of them. It's just that their minds, it's all the same. Their minds are different. And when you have taught for so many years, you understand the minds of students. You know almost what they're gonna say before they say it. So I just prepare myself for that, and I have the answer for them anytime they ask me a question. So I made them believe in themselves
Right,
that
right.
if
Right.
they go through this process, it's gonna make you a better bandsman.
They
So,
keep you on your toes, huh?
Yeah.
a lot of these young students today that I've noticed, like they came up to in the era where everyone got a participation trophy, everybody wins, even the losing team wins. I teach music to young people now, and it's almost a mind thing. You have to encourage them. Like any discouragement, they'll quit. So what is that like in the band? Because y'all are strict and y'all are regimented. And how do you train them for the next level when they get so down on themselves?
Well, you know what? There is a lot. See, people don't understand. They see that halftime show on Saturday, but it's
Hmm.
working from Monday through Friday. There's a
Right.
work part. Okay, so what you have to do with students nowadays, and what I do, let me just say what I do. I look into their background. I need to know where they came from. I need to know what their family life kind of works because then I know how to process and get them to do what needs to be done when I begin to build them up.
Right.
Because if you don't understand your students and you don't understand the generation around you, you're not going to make it. You're going to fail. So
Right.
I put a lot into listening to these students. I put a lot into learning about these students. And so that way I know how to adjust to them and they know how to adjust to me because the bottom line is I need for them to understand what their job is. And so when you start to communicate with them and you actually show them and tell them that you care about them, not only about just the band, but about them as a human. And these are the things that's going to help you be a better person when you learn the process of band. It's going to help you generate that life for you when you finish here. So they
Wow.
begin to fall into that. And you got to see it. You just can't say it and then don't recognize it. You got to recognize it, you got to see it, but you got to communicate with them. And once I get that communication in, then this student tells that student, oh, yeah, Dr. Oliver, he's going to talk to you. He's going to help you get there. Then that student pass it on, and everybody understand that what we need to do is work together as a band to make this happen. No matter what situation you're into, God is going to always get you through it if you believe. And
Yeah.
so that's what I do.
I like it, Rev. I like it,
Yeah, you
Rev.
preaching. You preaching. Let me find out you trying to go to the pulpit. Hey,
No, far
so,
He
from
got-
it, far from it.
well, look, I want to ask you something because that process of molding that band student sounded a whole lot like pledging, and I know that that is a bad word when it comes to marching band.
It
You're
is.
very old school, right?
Yes,
So
very.
I'm pretty sure you crabbed the band coming up.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
how did that mold you into the student that you are, and translate to translate that to now the modern student, and how been able to go past that and making better band students without that process?
Well, you know what? Let me go back to the days. When I was in high school, my band director, Farrell Duncan, he didn't treat us no differently, but we grew up different too. We grew up knowing this is what we have to do. No one was going to give you anything. You have to literally learn what to do and how to do it, because those band directors, even in junior high school, those band directors was hard. We were a little afraid of them because
Right,
they wanted us to be good at what we did, but we could not just feel as though that, hey, we can't make this happen. No, we had them pushing us and really getting into us saying, you better learn this, and because this is what you're going to need. But not only that, we had our parents that didn't say anything. When the teacher said something, that's the way it was. The parent went
right,
along with that teacher. They didn't
right,
come defending their students. So
right,
we go through that process now. Is me, I cramped the band because I understood the hard work that
right,
was coming with it. And so when I got into the band in 1975, it was hard work. It was crabbing the band. I mean,
right,
we were afraid to do anything wrong. So we always worked to make sure it was right. Even after we would go through a day and we learned something different, I wouldn't go to bed until maybe 1 o'clock or two, because I needed to learn that cadence and have it ready for the next
right.
day, because
yeah.
because I knew that if we didn't, then they don't feel like they're teaching you. So that process is how we grew up. Now the new generation is not that way. They're more so giving, because we want you to be in the band. So, just come on, join, and we're gonna work with you. You don't earn it. They're giving it to you. And these kids of the day, that's how they are. They want you to give it to them. They won't really want to earn it, but they want to give it to you. Now, I'll back up just a little bit. That's majority of them, but there are a few of them that understand the work ethics. They
Mm-hmm.
understand the work. So would you get those? And those few is what I'm talking about, my section leaders. All my section leaders, my captains, co-captains, they understand the work ethic that I expect from them, the reason they became that section leader. Now, they have to, when they do it and they have to put it through to the other sections, then they understand now, okay, well, my section leader had to do it and he's doing it now. So I need to do it too if I want to make this band, or I want to really get through it and nobody gives me anything. Trust me, we get them complaining. They complain all the time. But
Right.
if you want to be a part of this program, you got to go through that work ethic. So bringing the old to the new, it's just how you do it,
Right.
how you do it. And that's how I've been able to get through from crabbing the band up to what they're calling. We don't even use the word crab no more because university took that away, because it is on the line in their minds of hazing. So we
Right.
don't, we don't, we don't, we don't go through that process. So we bring them into the band, and we are actually you're gonna make the band. You're gonna make the band program if you go from July all the way to Thanksgiving. Then if you've done everything you're supposed to do, because we have handbooks, then
Right.
you actually get read into the band that will make you an official marching hornet.
I love
Wow.
it. So, Dr. Oliver, I was in band all of my life, percussionist all the way up. Landed at Lee High Schools. It was core
Okay.
style. We were playing Star
Yeah.
Wars and stuff like that. And so one thing I always felt in my shondo was that
Mhm.
band is really a sport. What you think
It
about
is.
that? When you look at the HBCU band experience, do you think it's a sport? And if it is, why doesn't it always get the same level of respect as football?
Well, it is a sport for us. It is a sport because we have to go through this process of running, push ups, okay, jumping jacks, you name it. If we don't get in shape, we could not go out on that field and play the music, march at the same time, and use our minds to memorize all the music. It's a process. So I look at it as a sport as well. And there are some band directors that feel the same way. We work, if not harder, than the teams because we're out there early in the morning till late in the evening. There's no stopping. They get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but in between there, they may get an hour and a half rest, and we back at it. That's just how it goes. But we got to get them all in shape, and we got to get them all on the same page. We cannot do that. There's no playbooks for us. It's the work that we do every day to make us better than what we are, and it's all day because it's more than just running. And I don't knock it. I love football, basketball, but it's more than that. We got to learn that music, memorize that music, learn them formations, learn the march. There's so much that we have to do. So all of that plays a role that tells us that we're sports. We're sports
Tell-
just as
You,
well.
you need that scholarship money too, don't you?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir.
So let me ask you something, Dr. Oliver. Now, I feel like Alabama State has its own identity amongst the black college bands right now. Of course, you're gonna
Yes.
always have your FAMU, your Jackson, your Southerns,
Yeah,
but
and
I feel like we now have who and oh yeah, them too. But how would you describe the Mighty Marching Hornets' presence in that arena right now?
Well, you know what? That's a good question. There, from the time I got there in 2000, I needed for Bama State to have their own identity. And I went through different arrangers, people who arranged the music for it. And you guys know that. I went through different and I needed a sound that even when you hit the first two notes, that's Bama State. And so
Right.
I went through years and years with some arrangers. Bless his soul, Jig, Big Jig started out doing things with us. And then I had my students, mini me, we call him, started arranging. And I would literally tell them that, we need a different sound. I don't want to sound like anybody else. I want to sound like Bama State. So we went through a few years of changing music and going through it, taking it back, go do it again. I remember asking Minimi, one of my students, I said, I need you to rewrite the song Neck. I need you to rewrite that and make it Bama State. And he came to it with one, and I didn't like it. He went back and redid it, came again. I didn't like it, went back and redid it. And when he came back the third time, that's us. That's what I want. And that's what we did. So from that point, then Mr. Lewis started working with Minimi. And so at that point, man, these guys started understanding what I need and understanding for themselves that we want a different sound for Bama State so that when we in that parade and we haven't turned that corner yet, but you hear us, oh man, that's Bama State.
Bruh,
They coming on down the
bruh.
street now. That's what I'm talking about.
When y'all play them last $2 at the football game,
Oh,
oh my God. Oh my
yeah. Yes,
let
sir.
that thing
Yes.
ride. Just let it ride.
Yep.
It's
well,
speed.
well, so let me ask this question because I've seen a few things, and of course, social media plays a big part in even the band culture now.
Yes.
And I would say that it definitely hasn't watered down band culture. It really brings it to spaces and places where others are not exposed to the band culture. I need you to give me one moment or one time when the antics of the band went too far.
Oh, wow. Man, 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 man. That's a very good question there. I'm trying to think of one that where we actually went too far. Oh, you know
Because
what? Here's something that didn't work right. We went too far with it. And that's when we had Mabel. Mabel was an artist, an older artist, and we had her to come in and do a song with us. at Magic City, and man, it just did not work. It just did not work right. We went too far because we tried to make it happen. We sort of put a TV on the field and put her in the middle of it like it was actually video, and it just did not work the way we wanted. So we went too far with that one, and that wasn't a good one. And that's what I mean by too far. It didn't work. Now,
Gotcha.
You got to aim
but
high.
there, yeah, but there is one that has made history and will always be here for the rest of our lives.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ready to hear that one?
Yes,
Yeah, tell me
sir.
the one where they crossed the line, Doc.
Well, I mean, when you say cross the line, I mean, give me an example of what you're saying because we've done so
So,
many things.
so now I want to hear the one you about to tell me. But when I think about cross the line, I'm really thinking like, the movie Drumline, Nick Cannon. And
Yeah.
they just why they at me though? Why they let me go and handle this. I
Mhm.
want one of them.
Ooh, man, you know what? I can only tell you some things that happen, man. Let me tell you this one. And this was against our opponent at Tuskegee. And I had the alumni band. And that year, you all probably know what I'm saying when we had to march on the field with
Yeah,
Tuskegee being on the field. I mean,
yeah.
if I'm answering your question right, those were some moments we kind of, well, we had no choice.
Right.
We had to go out there, and I held off as much as I can, and the band was holding out. We had about 350 some people on the field. And then Tuskegee was there, and I kept looking at my drum major and wanted to blow the whistle, and he was scared to blow the whistle. And I couldn't get my whistle out of my jacket fast enough to blow it. And all of a sudden, they went up into Tuskegee band, and man, I'm hoping I'm answering your question because there's not many of those that we had, but that was a defining moment that was crazy.
I like
Is
that
that the
one though.
same year?
Go ahead, TV.
Did y'all play talking out the side of your neck that year? I mean, what's
I
that? Ball and parlay?
Ball, no, no, I don't think so. You know that one thing about me, I don't. When that year is gone, I don't think about it. You
Right.
know, I don't. I never go back. I'm always going ahead. So I don't know. We could have, but I know we have done that. And the time that they did do that, I was over there on Tuskegee side talking to the band director. And when they
Wow.
struck up ball and parlay, and I'm in the middle of skiing, I'm saying, what the? I'm in the middle of skiing, and I got my uniform on so everybody see me. And
So
they
you
strike
didn't know.
up.
You
I
didn't know
didn't
that.
know. No,
Wow.
I did not know they were gonna play it. I heard
So
it in the band room, but I didn't think about it. Man,
was that crossing the line? Do you think that's crossing
that
the line?
that was yeah, that crossed the line. That crossed the line because I'm over there in the middle of it, and I'm trying to figure out why they doing this song, and I'm standing up right here, and now people taking the keys out and shaking them and all this stuff. I'm like, oh my god! I didn't even have my security over there with me. I left them on the other side because I said I'm gonna
Wow.
go talk to the band, man. But nothing really happened. But it's just the idea that they played that ball and ballet, man, and
Oh, wow. So,
I,
all right.
I
So, since we're talking about Tuskegee, at this Turkey Day Classic, we saw the kicker for Tuskegee, uh, kicking the ball and push some band students. Can you give us some more insight from your perspective on that situation?
I can't. I didn't know because I was on the other end of the field, and I didn't know. Again, I had the alumni band there too this past Thanksgiving, and uh, I heard about it soon as the kids came off the field. The young lady Savannah, who one of the flag girls that he actually pushed, she came up to me, and then there was another young man who was not with us, but he saw it, came up to me too, and they were telling me what happened. So at the same time, she was telling me Coach Robinson had just walked out. So I called Coach Robinson and I said, "Hey, we got a problem here." And this young lady was pushed by one of Tuskegee player, the kicker. And I didn't know to the extent exactly what had happened. She just told me he pushed her when he kicked the ball into, or the ball rolled into the formation, and he pushed her. And I said, look, we can't do this, man. We got to get something together on this part. So he said, I tell you what, I'm going to get with the coach. I'm going to get with the coach. But now, Mike Davis, who used to be one of my police officers that's with us, he said, look, who is that? Who is the guy? And we didn't know, but they knew the number. And so he went across the field and got the other trooper to grab that kicker, and they brought that kicker around to our side where we were actually sitting. And he came over and apologized to her because I brought her down, apologized for what he did, and he didn't understand and this like that. But when I saw the video, that just wasn't acceptable. It wasn't acceptable. And this guy from some other country, it doesn't matter. But I'm going to say this, and I don't mean to say this, but bands stick together. And the funny part about it, that was down there with all those girls that the flags. But had some of those guys been down there, it would have been a different outcome. Would
Right.
have been a different. So the good Lord blessed us and kept them away because we did not want that. We didn't need that kind of foolishness. So, but I've since then got a call from the AD Ruffin from Tuskegee. He apologized and he said that it will be dealt with. And Tuskegee did put out a letter stating that that's not their character and that they will deal with that particular person. So when he apologized, the young lady accepted the apologize and apology, and I told him, man, listen, I don't know where you're from or what the deal is, but you can't do things like that because you're lucky that something else didn't break through. And
Right.
we kind of left it at that. And after the AD called me, I appreciated that because he didn't have to do that at that point, but he did call and apologize to me and to the band. So it kind of worked out on that end, but it's not going to happen again because I'm sure they're going to have that conversation.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Right.
So, Dr. Oliver, tell me one moment where you had labored so well amongst your band and they played so well that it drove you to a space of emotion. Tell me one moment
oh,
that occurred.
you know what? This year, this last game, to be honest with you, Thanksgiving, they played so hard and they marched so hard. It did. It was emotional for me. I just I don't know, man. I love this so much. I love the students. I love traveling with them so they get a chance to see other states and other bands. So this past Thanksgiving was very emotional for me. And at that time, I had not made up my mind to retire because my plans was really to retire June the 26th. That was my real plan. But it was so emotional when look out there and I saw the alumni band. I had over 500 people on the field, and it was amazing, and really was heartfelt for me. So that particular time, which was the great time, a good time with the alumni, I felt that emotional. So I was kind of to myself when that happened. And when I got back to my office after the game, I had a few moments to myself because I like to kind of wind down for a few minutes before I go home. And all of it hit me. It hit me then when I looked in my office and I looked on the wall and I see the pictures of the band and pictures of what I've done and people have given me. And it really, really took its toll at that point. But again, you know when it's time.
So our honeybees, our beloved honeybees at Alabama State, that was your brainchild, correct?
Yes, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
What? And so how does that feel? Like I'm pretty sure that's something that's going to be associated with Alabama State for generations to come. Like, what does it feel like to know that that brainchild came from you?
You know what? Everybody likes to leave something besides just a legacy of working hard and teaching your kids and helping your students and counseling your students, but to leave something else. It's a total great feeling to leave something else. And those girls, oh my God, those girls are just outstanding plus size young ladies. And I give you a little bit of the idea. um, we usually have two or three that may try out for the stingette, but they don't fit the category. They don't fit because they're probably a little thicker than what we're looking for and how it needs to work. So it was at that point I decided to just try something, to just try it. I didn't know it was just fun. It was really a gimmick in the beginning, yes, because I wanted to do something different. So the five girls I selected was in the band. They were band students.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes, they were band students. They played instrument. And I just asked the question one day, listen, I want to do something different. Can I get five plus size young ladies that would like to dance? I had six, but then one just said she didn't want to do it. So she went back to a clarinet, and that was fine. And so those five girls came and said, I'd like to try it. I'd like to try something different. And actually, if you know the music building, we went up on the second floor and I had a little conversation because I wanted to get them away from band, conversation with them about it. And they were really into it. So I said, well, here's my goal is I don't want to do stingette dancing. I want street and club dancing. That's what I want from the Honeybee. Strictly street and club.
We
So
got you,
that,
Doctor O. We got you.
yeah, that's exactly and that made them smile even more because that's what they do. So
Right, right.
and then one of them said, Kanisha, I think her name Kanisha, we called her Mother Love. She said, I can do a cartwheel and a split. And I said to myself, no, you can't do that. You can't. She said, I
Huh.
can. And boy, this girl went back and did some moves and did a cartwheel and a split. And the first thing I say, that is in the show. That's gonna be the last thing we do. Is in the show. And in the beginning, it was only one person doing it in the beginning. And so it just kind of worked out, man. And I was just so excited after it happened. But people don't know in the beginning, when I did it, it got a lot of, people cheering, but I got a lot of complaints too. I got a
Right.
lot of
Mm,
complaints.
So
I got a lot of
look,
emails.
that is something I wanted to talk to you about as well, because for
wow.
years I felt sorry for you. Like
Hmm.
band heads they complain a lot. I
All the
wasn't in the
Mhm.
time.
band, but when I'm around your marching band alums, they
Hmm.
complain, they talk bad.
Hmm.
Oh boy, how do you deal with that criticism, especially from people who are in your circle or that come from
Well,
your organization?
yes, and these are students I taught. Most
Right.
of them that was doing all the talking. Well, my whole thing is I have an open door policy. You can always come in my office if you got a complaint. And if you just
Mhm.
gonna complain, I usually call them what I call them YouTube thugs. I used to call them
Yeah, yeah,
internet thugs and all this
yeah.
stuff. But it never bothered me because it's the freedom of speech. People can talk and say what they want to say, however they want to say. I'm not going to change my style. I'm not going to change who I am because of them. And the other part about that, I'm the one who helped you. I'm the one who gave
Right,
you a scholarship. And now you want to degrade me, my staff, and the band. That tells me something about you. But the thing is, you'll never know exactly who's doing it. You'll never know because a lot of them throw the rock and hide the hand, you know.
Absolutely.
right.
But and that's a good point, Terrence. That's a good point because you have to be strong enough to be able to deal with the social media because it's gonna
Mhm.
come at you and it comes at you hard when they put it out there, everybody see it. But you got to have the right soul. You got to have God in your life to understand that you are doing the right things for these students that are present with you. And so I don't worry about it. I don't care about what they say. All my concern is these 200 kids that I put on the field or 250, however many number, those are the ones that's in the band right now, and those are the ones that I have a concern about. Those who probably did not even finish Bama State and probably did 1 year band, but they all band directors now. What's the difference in everybody in the stand want to be a football coach? Everybody in the stand want to be a
Right.
Right.
That's
basketball coach.
true.
He
That's
should have
true.
did this. Yeah, he should have did that. They should have ran that play. But it's always something. So you have to, and for my new band directors and my ones that are the younger, and that you have to let that go in one ear and come out the other one. And you stick to your program. Stick to your program because it works. And don't worry about these other people because 9 times out of 10, they're going to flock because soon as things go well, they want to say how good the band is. So
Lord.
Right.
I tell my dance coordinator, I said, listen, they praising you right now because you're new and you're doing some good things. But the minute something go wrong, they will flip on you. So stay focused on what you have to do for those young ladies, and you'll be okay.
Dr.
Man, we
Oliver,
got
you got a word in your belly, Doc. I thought you were talking about
yeah.
church for a minute.
He
Everybody in the
about to
pew want
start
to be the
preaching.
pastor.
He about to start preaching. Look, we
I'm
got some
telling you.
comments. We got some
Okay.
comments. Shout out to Anthony Brock. He put 3 goats up there. That's one of your Kappa brothers there.
Thank you.
Uh, Erskine Long. And
Yeah.
they say they love you, Prof. Joshua
Thank you.
McCree, love you,
Yeah.
Prof. James Gibson says snap, snap. And
That's
Kristen
drive.
Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh my God.
Kristen, she
Yeah,
says Dr. O. So how did you get the nickname Prof? What? Tell me about that.
Prof comes as a professor. It's just short for professor. And
Uh-huh.
most band directors are prof or professors. And that's just what they call them. And it's just a nice professional name for the band director. If you don't want to say Dr. O or Dr. Oliver, you can say prof. So we wear all those hats. We wear all
Doc,
those
Doc,
hats.
Dr. Oliver, don't explain nothing else to these alpha boys. They just don't understand what's happening. He was
Bro,
like,
chill out.
duh. So
It
look,
could have
Doc,
been. It could have been for profit, bro. Like a
n-
prophet.
n- no. When you kept saying prof, I was like, he don't know what it is. He don't know. It's
Wow.
okay. So when we think ASU band, we always think the sound, not just the look,
Yes.
not just the formations, not just the show, not just the honeybees. We think the sound. And so
Yes.
if you could, I remember in my class where I had to take survey of band instruments. We had to learn all these instruments and had to be able to discern what was being played when. If you could describe the sound of ASU, how do you describe it?
We have sort of like a dark, rich sound, if that makes sense to use a dark, rich sound because
Mhm.
again, we want to be different than anybody else. And so when my arrangers begin to write, they write for that clean, thick, dark sound, but it's real smooth with it. There's a
Mhm.
combination to that, really smooth. Because when I get up and conduct a concert, I'm gonna conduct stuff that's gonna make people cry half the time because they hear all the harmonies in it and they hear the darkness of it, but it's clean and it's smooth and it blends and it balances. All of
Right.
that takes place with my arranger and what I like to hear and the songs that I need him to write on how I want them to sound. So there is a process. There is a true process on what we do. And so that's kind of where we are when that sound come out.
And,
I
and and
like
it's
it.
really like it's really a presence that comes with ASU's band. The way I love to describe y'all, y'all are bullies. Like
Yeah.
when y'all come in, it's almost like y'all gonna take your time walking in. But
Yeah.
when you get in there, like it's mean and it's
Yes.
aggressive and it'll overtake the other band. Like if they don't shoot back, y'all will submerge them, and that's
Yes.
just all a part of the swarm. You feel me?
I,
It is.
I, I,
And that's the confidence. That's the
Yeah.
confidence. We have logos and mottos in our band that they have to read every night. Like keep the attitude that you're the best and the price of glory is high. Those are the things that these students have to read every night before they
Hmm.
leave. And when you start reading that, you start believing it. And so, and
mm,
and and the way I explain that to my students, I'll tell them like this. I say, okay, the new students when they get in there, I said, if I give all of you all a puppy, every last one of you, you're gonna give that puppy a name. You have to give him a name, he or she. When you give he or she that name, then you got to call them that name. If you don't keep calling them that name, they won't know you're talking to them. So
Hmm.
when you get that puppy, you keep calling. I don't care if you name him Pierre or Rover or whatever. You got to say, "Come here, Pierre. Come here, Pierre. Come here, Rover." You got to keep doing it, and then that puppy will know that's his or her name. Well,
Right.
if they keep reading those mottos every night, they begin to believe that, and that's what works.
I
Rev,
love it.
Reverend
It's
He
just,
coming. He coming. I feel it coming forth. Look,
it's
Dr.
good,
Oliver,
man.
I got
Yes,
to ask
sir.
you this because as all three of us are musicians, quite
Yes,
naturally. One of the
yes,
things that I've always found with some bands is in their desire to be loud, they lose their sound, they lose their
yes.
richness. How do you maintain that in moments where y'all are going from piano all the way
Piano.
to forte?
Well, you know what? Again, it's about control and control and balance. This past year, we were balanced more than any other year. I must say, all the years we've had always had a good sound, but we were balanced really nice this past season. And it's all about control and balance, and it's all about how you practice that and how they resonate that in their head. Okay, we got to clean this part up and it has to be softer. And then we got to let the people know, hey, we're going to bring that sound out because it builds up to that. So it's about
Hmm.
teaching and training them to understand the different sound from piano to forte or double forte, either way. So it's also a part of the practice. It's a part of the
Right.
practice. So it works that way. And that's how we get those sounds. And when you do that, the aggressiveness, we have to be aggressive. We have to be aggressive. When we march into that stadium, especially when we go into Magic City, we all about business. Once we get off that bus, you're not going to see laughing and smiling. They don't have time to do that. We got work to do. We march and we march with an attitude that we are the best. And that's just the bottom line. We could care less about any other band. It's about us. And we're going to go in and handle business because we got 60,000 people going to be watching us. And out of that 60,000, it could be 30, 40,000 from Bama State. And one thing about Bama State, let me tell you, they don't worry about, if the football team win, they feel okay, that's fine. But they know that this band gonna do what he has to do. That's one thing they're gonna leave that stadium saying that band was good.
Man,
Lee B. I'm talking to you, Lee B.
what's up?
This doesn't sound like somebody that's ready to retire.
It doesn't. It doesn't, bro. I
Man,
mean,
I
the
mean, it
passion is
sounds like
still there.
yeah, man. So all
I
right, so
love it.
tell me, Dr. O, is there any possibility that you can be what does retirement look like for you?
After
Well,
life after the whistle.
yeah,
Yeah.
I tell you what, this is my second year. I've been working with ESPN and Red Lobster Band of the Year Award. And they brought me on last year, and it works. It goes from August to December, and so I judge band, I adjudicate bands, and I'm the chairman of the high school bands. So I get them involved along with the ESPN, Mr. Don Roberts, who works with Mr. John Grant, who's the executive of all events. And these guys love putting this together so that we have a Band of the Year award. And in order for them to do that, they send in their videos, and we actually judge their videos in different parts because there are different categories, of course, from drum majors to the dancers to percussion to the horns to the entire sound. But I've been doing that, and it keeps me close to band, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it because that's where I'm going to be, and and then there's a few other things that may happen down the road that I'm working on. I am working on a book, the memoir. I
Okay.
am working on the book that is going to be called Oliver, Life as a Band Director. So that hopefully maybe this time next year, if not before, it's going to be out, and it's going to be a
Right.
bestseller because I'm going to really put it out there. So
Okay.
some good things are happening. God has a lot of plans for me, and it's just my time to move at my time. And I'm not set up for pressure. I don't have to be pressured to do like sometime when the AD will put 3 games back to back at home.
Right.
That's pressure because we got to do
Yeah.
3 different shows. you know,
Right.
but it happens and we do it. And I'll tell you this. One thing I can be proud of as well, besides just all my students, and that's all of them, the good ones and the bad ones, doesn't matter. We have not ever repeated the same show at home. I've always had a different show at home
Wow.
from 2000 until we just finished 2025. I've never did the same show at home. We always changed it up.
Wow.
I love it. Well, we know this for certain, Dr. Oliver. When leadership shifts, culture normally shifts. How do we
Yes.
protect the culture and the sound of ASU? I know there's another dynamic where you have your alumni desires and your own campus desires. What is
Yes.
how we gonna protect this so that the band doesn't go through a slump in this new season?
Well, it's gonna be different, and it's gonna be hard. And I'm hoping that the administration will work with those directors that are there in order to keep that. Because if they don't do that, yes, change is gonna happen. Whenever there's a change in band directors or leaders, even with football or basketball, whenever there's a change, yeah, things come in different. Students are different because they are accustomed to knowing exactly how you're going to work with them and how you're going to train them. And I've done it for 25 years and 26 seasons. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be different for them. And I'm constantly praying right now. I'm praying for my students that they will be strong and that they will hang in there. But they know that they can always either call me or they can send me a Facebook message, and if I can help them any kind of way, I am there because it was hard. It wasn't easy building that band. I started with
Right.
105,
Wow.
105 members, and that wasn't all band. That was everybody, dancers and all. And
Wow.
the good Lord sent some good people my way, and sent some good administrators my way that I was able to get some scholarship money and to be able to build. And so this is 25 years of building, and then I hope that they will understand that and hold on to that.
They probably need to do you like they did Nick Saban, like put your office in Telebody, leave you on the third
Man,
floor.
let me tell you something. I'm a little hell raiser. So
Oh,
I fight
oh yeah.
hard for my band.
Oh,
I fight hard
oh
for
yeah.
my band. And so
Yeah.
they don't want anybody that's gonna fight hard for the band,
Right. Right. Right.
So if they give me a space, it'll be a little space in the corner. So I don't
Right.
have much room.
Right. Right.
but but it would be nice, but that doesn't exist. And we know that Nick was the type of guy that did a good job and hung in there a lot. So, with us a little bit different, but we okay.
One of the things I always thought was cool about you, I was still in school, but you used to have a drum set.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Let's see what's going on. Hello, hello, hello.
All right.
Lee
I
B.
think we back. I can hear you. You can't
I
hear
don't
us?
hear anybody. I can't hear.
Got you.
We
See if
we hear you.
yeah, we can hear you. I think something happened and went down. So
Yeah.
we gonna get these technical difficulties worked out. But
I can't
but
hear you.
man, check
Okay.
your check your computer or something.
I can't
Uh
hear. I don't hear anything.
Call Dr.
Click the
Oliver, tell him to
click
check his
click the
computer.
link. Click the link again.
Yeah, that's that Wi-Fi. That's that Christmas Wi-Fi acting up.
Yeah, we in here though.
Did it kind of kick you out?
No, it kicked you out. I saw that.
Got you. Well, we know without a shadow of doubt, man. This has been an amazing interview. We got to
Yeah, it's
get
been
Professor back in here because this is good.
yeah,
I
we
wanted
about
to
to
ask
close.
him.
Yeah, I had a couple questions to ask him too, but I told him to try the link again, and he should be pulling up in just a second.
Good
Look, man, we
stuff, man.
almost we almost had a show with no technical difficulties, bro.
Can you
Okay.
hear us?
Yeah, we're back. We're back. We're
All,
back. I
all
don't
right.
know.
I about to say we had to get him back because I ain't want nobody to think it was the A&M guy that got you kicked off of here, man. I don't want no beef. I don't want no beef, Dr. Oliver. But I keep seeing
Nah.
snap drive in here. What is that about? Talk to me.
Well, snap drive is how we march. We snap and drive, snap and drive. It's like snapping up, making a 90 and driving it down.
Can
So
you
that's
still
what we
do it?
call. Oh man, I've been doing it for years. I taught
Move
them.
that move that chair out the way and show me that.
look here. I'm gonna show you because you're an A&M person and you need to learn this. So that's why I'm gonna show you. Okay,
Show
I
me,
need you to.
show me that.
I need you to understand that snap and that
Oh,
slide.
oh, oh,
Yes, sir. Now,
oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
now, somebody told me you're a symphonian.
No, not a symphonium. I'm KK Psi,
Oh, okay. All right,
and
we'll leave
top
it alone.
80 signal.
We'll leave that alone. We'll leave that alone.
It's all good. It's all
We couldn't.
good.
We couldn't. Delta Beta couldn't pull you in.
Bang.
No, man, they couldn't pull me in. They didn't ask me, so it's all good.
It's all good. Well, we all family. But look,
Yeah.
I was saying this earlier. You couldn't hear me. I was
Okay.
still in college when you first started Bama State, and I thought it was cool that I could walk by. You had an electric drum set in there, and you'll be in there playing your electric
Yes.
drum set. And then shortly after that, you started playing at Pilgrim Rest, and I
Yeah.
always thought that was amazing. Somebody of your stature around music, but you still stay connected to your gift of playing. Tell me about that.
It's always good to stay with your gift because you learn so many instruments and you learn to a certain point, but your main instrument, which is percussion, you're gonna stick with your craft. I didn't never want to use my craft. Matter of fact, probably later on, the next few months or so, I'm gonna put a video out, me playing my set and doing some things that I can show some other young kids how to do certain things. But I always loved my craft because that's what got me going. That's what got me into music. So I would practice, and you're right. But I practice in my office because I wanted students to know that I can practice too. So
Right.
that means
Yeah,
if I can practice, that means you can practice and get
that
better.
matters. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. And so they can't say that I've never practiced. So I would practice and I would practice on purpose in there so that they could hear me because I wanted them to know if you're going to be good at what you're doing, you have to practice.
I like it.
Wow.
So we do know, Dr. O, there's a lot of people, a lot of bands that are visually entertaining, but musically they're very weak. We do know there's a lot of bands that legitimately focus on crowd reactions more than they do their tone and their sound.
Mhm.
If there was any band that I'm assuming ASU is number one in your head. So
Yes.
what is number two? Who is number two?
Well, Southern is number two for me. Uh, I like Prof. Taylor down there, Dr. Taylor at Southern. He's a young guy. I tried to recruit him for state when he was at in Mobile at Blunt, I believe. I tried to recruit him, but I couldn't get him. I think he was at Blunt. But either way, he is their band, man. I really love their sound. I really love how they do certain things as well. And I have a lot of respect for them and what they do. And I talk to him. I talk to him from time to time. I
Mhm.
give him advice from time to time, from an old timer to the new timer. And I tell him because sometimes he comes under that pressure too of the internet thing, and all of this. So, and I would call him up and tell him, hey man, listen, you stay focused on your band. And that's the only thing that's gonna matter is that halftime show on Saturday.
Right.
The internet, the administration could care less about the internet, but if you don't get that halftime show together, you're gonna have some issues. So I would talk to him about that. I also spoke with the other young guy at Texas Southern. I got a lot of respect for this young man as he's taken that band to a whole nother level. And when he came to state this year, I pulled him over and I said, look, man, keep doing what you're doing because the band sound good, but be concerned about your band and not anybody else's band.
That
Be
matters.
concerned, yes, about your band. If you stay focused on your band, you don't have anything to worry about. And which is what you're saying. If you're trying to listen and think everybody's gonna tell you you don't sound like this, you don't sound like that, or the other, you can't fall into that category. You
Absolutely.
have to stay focused on your band and what you need to do because that's your job. That's
All
your
right. So,
job.
in a perfect world, who would you like to leave your band to? And I'm gonna go ahead and throw my name out there because Delta Beta, my frat brother, Brandon Howard. Look,
Yes.
everywhere he's gone, he has made
It's gold.
gold.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Well,
I
you
don't,
know what? I had I think maybe 2 years with Brandon under me in 2000, maybe 1 or 2 years. and Brandon has always called me for a little advice of certain things that he's doing, and I've shared some information with him on some things he needs to do. Certainly, he would be a good candidate for it, but there's a lot of work in that too. But one of my other choices would be Mr. Young, Cedric Young, that's out of Georgia. He was at Clark for a number of years, and he's at Westlake. Matter of fact, Westlake High School just won Band of the Year, and I believe they either got $50,000 or $75,000 for winning Band of the Year, and that's
Mm.
huge for high school. Yes. So those two guys, would probably do well there if the administration works with them and provide them with the resources that they need.
Right.
And the alumni, right? And the alumni.
and and the alumni,
The
and the
alumni,
alumni,
yeah,
yeah,
the alumni get all right. They'll be all
So
yeah,
right.
so
they'll
so
be
let's
fine. It's gonna be
you
up to the administration. Yes,
absolute. So Dr. Oliver, like I've been telling you this whole interview, you got a word in your belly. But there's
thank
one
you.
truth about anybody who has stayed committed to something for a long time. You've had to make some sacrifices. You've lost
Yes.
some things staying committed to this thing. What could you say, or rather, yeah, what could you say to another potential? All of your students are on here, potential band director, band student, or just person in general about the sacrifices that you have to make to be so committed to one thing.
Well, first of all, let me just say, in your personal life, even if you get involved with your spouse or to be a spouse or whatever, they have to understand your work ethics and what it takes to run a band program. And it's always good if you hooked up with someone. I'm just speaking on a personal level. If you hook up with someone that's in music or that's been in band, then
Right.
they pretty
Mhm.
much understand, the role of a band director. But if you don't, sometimes it's real thin that you will find someone that really understand the band, because you have to be at practice, and sometimes you may be at the Rose Bowl when you need to be New Year's Day, you need to be at home, or you may be doing things and they don't quite understand that. And so you got to focus on that. You have to be careful with those type of things. But the main thing is with whoever, and still this on personal, is communicating. Communicate. If you communicate, whether it's good or bad, you have to get it out there. And a lot of time it does work. And I'm not saying it can't, because I know some band directors where it does work, and their spouses wasn't banned, but they understood, the work ethics. And that's what it takes. It takes that in your personal life. Now, I've given up a lot, man. I've given up my Sundays. There's sometime I couldn't be at church playing because we were either a band or a band, or we were coming back from a game that we've done. So a lot of time I sacrifice not doing that. I sacrifice not being home to eat dinner with my family sometime because I'm getting home at 11 o'clock, And so everybody has to understand that. And that's just a work ethic, though. And you have to understand it's what we do. It's what we do.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
what do you see yourself now? Like once it's all said and done, you don't have to be at Telebody every day. How do you see a day in the life of Dr. James Oliver? Like
Well, you know what? I'm
you
I'm
gonna
a
be at
college.
McDonald's every morning sipping coffee?
No,
That free
no,
coffee, doc.
no, man, no. I don't even want to think about it. Because if you're giving it to me free, that means I'm old. So
Right, right.
But no, I'm into classic cars. I have a classic car. I'm into trucks and different foreign cars. So I love getting into diddle dabbling with them. I'm not a major mechanic, but I can do some little minor work. I get into that, doing those things. In my yard, I love doing my yard, man, and just working around my house. And I'm going to say this, I miss my house because I spend more time at the school than I really spend at home. So I miss coming home. When I leave in the mornings going to work, I don't get back home till late at night. So
Wow.
I miss a lot of that, what I do. And then you talk about on Saturday, there's either a football game or a basketball game. So I'm leaving home on Saturdays, going to those games. So I'm going to enjoy all the things that I missed out on, or I won't say missed out, all the things that I missed doing the job that I was supposed to do, because I wasn't by myself. There were my assistants and there were my students. We were all in the same boat. So I'm gonna now catch up with that, working on my car and washing my car and doing my yard, doing things in the house. The do
Hey,
list that you get to do. You know how
look,
that go. So
Tom Brady said he was gonna do the same thing, and Tom Brady got up in that house and heard them kids screaming. So look, it's just like you. Your first week of retirement, once that grass cut, once you done vacuum that floor,
yeah.
bro, your body is conditioned to run in that band, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
It is. You're right. That there are other things that I'm gonna do, man. I really looked into it, and I'm gonna tell you something. COVID got me understanding what I need to do when it comes to this, because we were out for a few months in COVID,
Yeah.
and I felt like that. Okay, I'm home every day. There's nothing I can do. School is closed. We just got to work from the internet. So man, that gave me a feeling of how retirement was going to be. And so I prepared. I'm prepared for all of that.
So Dado, you're a musician. I know you probably have not yet thought about this. I would say, because you're about to be an author, what would the last page in your book say about you at ASU? But I rather want to ask you what song really highlights, embraces everything about your journey at ASU and even you leaving at this moment.
The song, and I can easily name that, because I was asked that question too on national television when I did an interview. Family Reunion by the OJs.
yes,
That
sir.
that's my song, and I wanted ASU to know that this is who we are. We are family, and I've had people. Oh man, so many people come down after that particular game, and we played, and they say they were in tears when I played that song because it just brought family back, and it was on Thanksgiving Day that we did that song, and it just brought everybody together. And so that's the song that I will always love, because family reunion is who we are at Bama State. We are a family and we want to continue to be that family. And hey, man, that's the song that will be in my book, Family Reunion.
I love it. Now, Brian Smith say you play golf. You play golf?
I am working on my golf. I got Mr. Henderson, Ori Henderson, that's kind of working with me.
Oh,
Let me tell you something, man. It's hard for me to be swinging at that little old ball to try to get it in the hole. It's hard, but I'm saying, look, man,
Yeah.
why am I out here doing it? But I'll do it for the exercise. But
well,
I'm out
well,
here trying to,
you and brother Henderson, Deacon Henderson, Trustee
yeah.
Henderson, y'all get together, and me and TB we gonna go come
Okay.
out there with y'all, man. We
All
gonna make
right.
that happen.
Yeah.
That sounds good. That
A-
sounds good. We got time now,
Absolutely.
buddy.
I like it.
Yes,
I like it.
sir. Yes,
Well,
sir.
Dr. O, man, thank you. It's amazing. Like my ASU Montgomery,
Thank you.
like when I be asking people to come on the podcast, I be thinking they gonna give me the runaround. You just said, okay, I'll be there. You showed up. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
If you ever
You're
need
welcome.
anything from me or Lee, let me know. Shout out, y'all throw some hearts or whatever to Dr. O, Prof.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
y'all
you
for
all.
tuning in. Thank you so
We'll
much.
see you,
Thank you,
Dr.
Lee.
O.
All right. Y'all take care, guys. Enjoy your
All right.
holidays.
You too.
Thank you.
Hey, Doc, that was a good interview, man. We so grateful that Dr. O could come in the building. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little allergic. It's a lot of ASU folk on here.
Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying, bro? You gonna actually turn into a hornet, like real
What?
talk.
No lie, I'm a hornet in real life. I'm a hornet in real
Yeah,
life.
I feel
I
you,
always wanted to be a hornet. I just went
right?
to a better school. That's all. And
Man,
when
all
I
right,
come back
you're
home,
going too
it's
far.
all
You're
about,
going too far. You're going too far, bro.
man. We'll see you, boy, man. You get better, bro. I know you sick, man. Take your medicine, chill, eat them raw eggs and all that good stuff that the Superman do, man. I hope and pray you feel better within the next few days, because they need them cheering, need Santa Claus.
Yes, sir. They're gonna get the cash app though tomorrow.
Look at that catch up. Well, I gotta get back in these streets because daddy just got started. Peace.
All right, bro.